Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and we're back with another Aesop Frock Day. Today, we're going to be reacting to Jumping Coffin. They're suggested by Phil Silver, so thank you, Phil, for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this. And without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what Jumping Coffin is all about. Let's see what Aesop Rock got to say. Let's get it.
I'm, I'm, I'm a slow burn, crawl around the road, work something from the other side, clawing at the known world. Cup up all your cookies with the autumn air incarnate heel city. By the time your eyes adjusted to the darkness, parts uncharted.
Beautiful start to this. Love that high synth kind of giving us the melody up in the top. The bass is really funny because it's just going bump, bump. That's all it's doing. Maybe it'll do more as we go, but it works. It's an exercise in simplicity, right? Do you really need a crazy bass line, or you just need it to thud every once in a while? Drums, great sound to them. Nothing too crazy happening. Love where this is going. Ace's flow pushing right out the gate. And then the video, very like pigeonometry-esque, with the illustrations and everything. I like the style here. Let's keep it rolling.
I'm a slow burn, crawl around the road, work something from the other side, clawing at the known world. Cup up all your cookies with the autumn air incarnate heel city. By the time your eyes adjusted to the darkness, parts uncharted.
Damn, said he, all city by the time your eyes are adjusted to the darkness. We taking it all, man.
Your cookies with the autumn air incarnate heel city. By the time your eyes adjusted to the darkness, parts uncharted. Always find the corners cozy. You can send your fastest riders. I return the horses lonely. Controller, the locals only note the lucky charms and army jacket. When you're ready's in the heart of the Arby dragons. I know no solicitors, waves away as visitors. From 10 minutes in front of a tainted energy signature. Still bullseye and womp rats from the scenic route. Sugar in his coffee like a seance in the TV room. The cheek swab came back half.
Beautiful. Yeah, great switches here. Beautiful rhymes, man. And again, the video, the way the skeleton is set up, I'm like almost positive it wasn't done this way, but in my mind, I would love to think that they rotoscoped this and then laid the skeleton on to like an actual video of Ace like rapping and skating. I think very obviously that's not how it was done unless I'm missing something here, but that would be a really sick way to do this. But just great push, a decent amount of aggression. Ace's voice has got that beautiful piercing quality it always does, just kind of like that slight bit of sharpness that just helps it push through everything else in the track.
No solicitors, waves away as visitors. From 10 minutes in front of a tainted energy signature. Still bullseye and womp rats from the scenic route. Sugar in his coffee like a seance in the TV room. The cheeks.
And solicitor to signature. We're matching number of syllables. We're matching the first sound of the word and the last sound of the word. It creates these illusions that these are like almost perfect rhymes, but it's that confidence and that push that really sells it.
Coffee like a seance in the TV room. The cheek swab came back half amazing. Half of what he make end up on his lab apron. It's quieter than most. I'm mostly mastering the science of keeping one's composure while the limbic system's lighting up.
Interesting. Okay. So like keeping yourself calm while your like bodies, I believe limbic system might be related to like stress or something like that. You got something acting up in your body, but keeping your mind calm. That's a key right there, man. That's something I've been working on.
Keeping one's composure while the limbic system's lighting up. Some try to combat any kind of odd force trying to make contact. Nah, let it in, let it in. Let it in, let it in. Some try to stonewall any kind of woo-woo trying to make a phone call. Nah, let it in, let it in. Let it in, let it in.
See, these are the shots that make me think it could be rotoscoped, because the movement of the skeleton just is that it's in like the uncanny valley, level of like natural with how it looks when he like picks up his arms and flaps his fingers and everything, let it in. It just looks like a little too real almost, the way the movements are happening. Love the video. Love this style. It's just enough going on. I cannot y'all have heard me rant about this. I cannot stand the music videos that are like a whole ass movie in 3.5 minutes, and I'm somehow supposed to listen to the song and watch the music video at the same time. Like, stop playing with me, bro. Like, I'm here for the bars. The videos are cool, but like, stop distracting me. This is a perfect level right here.
Woo woo, trying to make a phone call now. Let it in, let it in. Let it in, let it in.
What's that?
Let it in, let it in. 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 Bring around the revenant. Let it in.
And that was interesting. It felt kind of like we got a hook and then like a post hook there, with the beginning of the hook really like changing up the speed. Then we have the instrumental kind of start to ramp back up towards that energy level we had during the verse, but still having that repetition of the hook rolling. That works really well.
Bring around a revenant, let it in. Said he wasn't ready yet, he never left the Etch-a-Sketch. Stuck around for more than just a parlor trick or flickering fluorescence. Had a couple still to visit with a million pressing questions like, where were you the night of? What are you traversing Earth in spite of? How are you adjusting to the triumph? I'm asking for a friend who caught a loss and never surfaced. Simply curled up in his cubby, shutting down the central nervous. Look, float up in an urgent care.
Okay, interesting. We're coming back again to like body systems, shutting down the central nervous system. Sounds like he's being interrogated by someone for whatever reason. Why are you down here traversing Earth? What are you doing? Where were you the other night? Very interesting setup to this.
Etch-a-Sketch, stuck around for more than just a parlor trick or flickering fluorescence. Had a couple still to visit with a million pressing questions like, where were you the night of? What are you traversing Earth in spite of? How are you adjusting to the triumph? I'm asking for a friend who caught a loss and never surfaced. Simply curled up in his cubby, shutting down the central nervous. Look, float up in an urgent care, a checkerboard of blurry squares. Flowers in the lobby shrivel back into the earth and where? Humans in the lobby holding crosses up. I understand the caution, but some of you just want to see the coffin jump until the coffin
Gorgeous. And the change in the instrumentation right there with that grainy, noisy synth. For those of you who are unaware, when you use a synth, most of them have a noise knob, which literally just means noise like sorry for everybody watching at home. That probably was horrific to watch. But but it makes noise. It makes grain. It sounds like white noise or pink noise or whatever, fuzz. And then you can add that into a musical type of sound. And that might be what they did here. There's a bunch of different ways to modulate and manipulate the sounds you create. But that grain and that strain, that coarseness of it, just gorgeous. Really helps sell like wake up in the urgent care or end up in the urgent care, exactly however exactly he said it, but I digress. Let's keep rolling.
nervous. Look, float up in an urgent care, a checkerboard of blurry squares. Flowers in the lobby shrivel back into the earth and where? Humans in the lobby holding crosses up. I understand the caution, but some of you just want to see the coffin jump until the coffin jump. Then it's what I call a punk. Didn't even get to where he coughing blood and talking tongues. Not to mention once you hassle the horde, it doesn't matter how much furniture you stack at the door. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, interesting. Talking about like people in the urgent care got religious beliefs. I'm unsure of what his meaning behind like watch the coffin jump. What is a jumping coffin? Maybe it's just something I missed out on. But then he comes back and he brings another reference to like speaking tongues and different things like that. So we're getting a little bit of the religious spiritual symbolism brought into here as well.
Mention once you hassle the horde, it doesn't matter how much furniture you stack at the door. Yeah. Some try to combat any kind of odd force trying to make contact. Nah, let it in, let it in. Let it in, let it in. Some try to stonewall any kind of woo-woo trying to make a phone call. Nah, let it in, let it in. 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 Hand-drawn map, crossover, cross back, calling from the
Yeah.
flight deck. I collect.
Yeah, just beautiful transitions here, man. The hook is wonderful. The chain, like I said, that shrill high, it almost sounds like a siren or an alarm when we get into that second half of the hook there. It just works so well. Really helps kind of sell that like that build up, that ramp into the next section. And again, the imagery is just crazy. Talking about like stacking up everything to block the door to keep them out, but then we flip back to let it in, let it in. What is it all about? What are we letting in here? It's this is wild.
Let it in. Hand-drawn map, crossover, cross back, calling from the flight deck. I collect dog tags. Tall grass, asphalt, a sore flat. Soul jazz like an alphabet to soul bass. Bratty to the basic anatomy of a death stare. Passing through the old Manhattan, ectoplasm everywhere. Pack a second teddy bear, I'm headed for the panic. Take a second for some bacon, take his head off when in transit. I don't coexist, I don't exist. Even JC missing with the loaves and fish. You feel dementia getting closer.
Yeah, even JC, Jesus Christ, missing with the loaves and fish. There's definitely something spiritual and religious going on here. Like we already talked about that just a second ago. What it is exactly is I cannot tell you. Let God into your life. I don't know. Ace has never struck me as like a like a super religious rapper. Maybe it's a little bit less general, but that's just the metaphor. Maybe it's about spirit or something like that. Maybe this is about going to the afterlife. This is about a skeleton. You know what? Letting the light into your life. Maybe it's so many different ways this could go.
The basic anatomy of a death stare. Passing through the old Manhattan, ectoplasm everywhere. Pack a second teddy bear, I'm headed for the panic. Take a second for some bacon, take his head off when in transit. I don't coexist, I don't exist. Even JC missing with the loaves and fish. You feel dementia getting closer like the devil getting over. Now his antennas are roaming for radio Terra Nova going. Sir, I think we've got a signal. It's fuzzy, but they're playing one that wasn't from the hymnal. I'm a faint scent of sulfur, I'm the source of the ooze. I'm security tape of a glowing orb in the room. Sup?
That's a great rhyme. Signal and hymnal. Getting that NAL sound back to back. The slight change in the front. That works really well. That's really wonderfully done, man. Obviously, as I say with all Ace track, gonna need a couple more listens and probably a look at the genius to really start to understand fully what this track is about. But I mean the synth, the instrumental, his vocal on top, the transitions, just gorgeous, wonderful, love it.
Sulfur, I'm the source of the ooze. I'm security tape of a glowing orb in the room. Sup?
Oh. Interesting. I feel like I just saw like subliminal messaging or something. But that was Jumping Coffin from Aesop Rock. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I know I did. Thank you again to Phil Silver and everybody else who suggested this track. Keep the suggestions coming in the comments down below, especially if you want to see more Ace every single Friday. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more videos like this. Much love to everybody in the No Shoes gang, and I will see you all next time.